for all.
I'm Pastor Dan Witkowski from First Lutheran Church in downtown Moline. Let us pray. O God, in our mind's eye, we can see across the landscape of our city, varieties of homes and businesses, parks and houses of worship, government entities and social service agencies, and we can see that they are good, very good. Inspire both our citizens and leaders to see ourselves as joyful caretakers of it, together, and to use our energy, intellect, and skills to seek the common good for the benefit of all who inhabit and visit. Where we are in error, direct us. Where we are right, strengthen us. Where we are in need, provide for us. And where we are divided, unite us. Amen.
Hello, I'm Dougal Nelson, President of the Moline Rotary Club. On behalf of my fellow Rotarians and the Moline Kiwanis Club, I welcome you to the annual Moline State of the City Address. For more than 100 years, Moline Rotarians have put service above self. You don't have to look too far to see the work of the Moline Rotary. Whether it be helping young children learn to read, funding dictionaries for Moline grade school students, participating in a neighborhood beautification project, or volunteering for many of our wonderful nonprofit organizations, Moline Rotarians are there to provide a helping hand. We are proud to be a fundamental part of the City of Moline. We recognize this past year has presented both challenges and opportunities for our city. We applaud the resiliency and integrity the city has shown us as we navigate the new normal. It is with gratification and respect for our city's leadership that I introduce you to today's speaker. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Stephanie Acree.
Hello, I'm Mayor Stephanie Acree, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this virtual State of the City. This last year has brought unprecedented challenges and hardships to so many Moliners. The devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on families, businesses, and everyday life is not something any of us will forget. We live through history, and future generations will remember Moline as a community that came together in the most difficult circumstances to care for, support, and assist one another. I'm proud of our community's residents, and I know you join me in the pride we all have for our city employees for their determination to deliver services to our community through the most challenging days. We took incredible steps to keep Moline functioning and viable during the pandemic. From grant funding for struggling businesses to providing technology resources to enable e-learning, the City of Moline acted decisively to deliver for our community. While the pandemic presented unique challenges, the city's day-to-day operations continued, and we never lost sight of the importance of providing quality, efficient government services while working to tackle long-standing issues. Today, Moline is a community that is financially strong, boasting a 50% debt reduction while still providing effective service to our residents. We have a balanced budget that protects and furthers the progress we've made. The budget reduces tax rates for the fourth year in a row while supporting a smarter use of city resources. As an example, our police chief is implementing cutting-edge policies, like using a social worker to provide better services for those in need. People will have easier access to the help they need while freeing patrol officers to be more visible and active in our streets. I could give you many examples of how the city is improving across the board. However, I don't want to focus on what we've done. I want to tell you what we are doing for the future. The top priority is the I-74 bridge and the opportunity to expand our business base in the land that will become available through the smart use of tax increment financing. We'll be able to bring in more businesses and jobs, expanding the economic future of Moline. To take full advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, we have partnered with the Urban Land Institute to seize the moment with all the foresight and intention possible. With the Urban Land Institute's world-renowned assistance, we will build a gateway to Moline worthy of its proud heritage. It will be a front porch that welcomes all who come to our city. To speak more about that process and what it looks like is Tom Murphy from the Urban Land Institute.
The Urban Land Institute has been an organization formed over 75 years ago by developers concerned about the quality of development at the time happening in the United States. It's still a big concern. And one of the things we do is really try to educate cities and developers and citizens on a good quality development and how you create sustaining communities. And one of the ways we do that is to do advisory panels where a city or a developer gives us a series of questions, a briefing book that will lay out their aspirations for what they want to do. And what ULI then does is invite 10 people who volunteer a week of their time to go to the city, work a very intensive week, and at the end of that week on a Friday, submit a preliminary report to the city about what our best thoughts are about our own experiences and what we've seen happening in other parts of the country. Like every city right now, even before the pandemic and certainly now, as we come out of the pandemic, is every city needs to do sort of a check on what it's doing, where it wants to go, to define its future. And some cities are so caught up in the status quo, it's hard to do. And having been to Moline several times, you have great opportunities, and particularly with that vacant property that's going to be created with the movement of the highway. But you have also, you have your legacy city. You have huge opportunities to build off of on the Mississippi River. How you make choices to do that will define your future. What do the citizens of Moline need to do to get behind this? A number of things. One is that they need to participate, to engage in the conversation that will take place about what is Moline's future. What do we want to do with this piece of property that we're going to have available to us, a once in a lifetime opportunity? But what also ought to happen begins to bring people into downtown Moline. And how does that happen? And that discussion is a community discussion. Everybody has opinions.
Thank you, Tom. The riverfront is just one part of our plan to transform Moline. We are actively working on our neighborhood stabilization and revitalization plan to address all of the issues that come with aging neighborhoods. Our plan tackles problems like blight, age, and substandard public infrastructure, stabilizing property values and increasing reinvestment opportunities. We have a plan in place to repair and replace more roadway each year. Taking this step means less wear and tear on your car while creating a robust transportation infrastructure. Healthy transportation infrastructure is also crucial for expanding business opportunities. The infrastructure work doesn't stop with roads. Our budget supports the continuing development of the Moline Business Park out by the airport. Investing in our airport asset opens Moline up to further expansion opportunities while simultaneously building a robust and diverse economy. We want to grow and expand the number of companies that call Moline home. The more companies that are here, the more jobs we bring into the city, the better our economic future becomes for everyone. Our plan for growth doesn't come at the expense of the industries and companies that are here now. We are systematically evaluating all municipal operations to ensure that local government is operating at peak efficiency. We need to ensure that Moline uses every tax dollar as smartly as possible. Business leaders and owners across Moline are counting on us to be good stewards of the city's growth. One such leader is Maria Ontiveros. Her family created and nurtured the Mercado on 5th and made the market, connecting the Floreciente neighborhood with the downtown center as the place to be on Friday night all summer long. Through music, food, and a strong sense of community, Mercado on 5th is a staple of life. We're excited to see its return after COVID, and with the opening of its new building, the expansion of its season and impact. Beyond a celebration, Mercado on 5th has served as a business incubator, launching small businesses out of this celebrated event. To speak more about the future of what is possible as a result of Mercado on 5th is Maria ONTIVEROS.
My grandfather, Bob ONTIVEROS, came up with the idea for Mercado on 5th. He has led other development projects in the Floreciente neighborhood, including the Community Healthcare and Familia Dental Building, as well as the Boys and Girls Club Teen Center. So after those two projects were finished, he had a piece of land in between the two buildings that he thought, oh, this would be great for some kind of a market. The concept started off as a daytime market, but at the very last minute, we switched gears and turned it into a night market that it is today. I think it's safe to say that none of us anticipated what it would become. It's really taken on a life of its own. The City of Moline and Mercado on 5th have a great relationship. Starting with the Special Events Committee, we've had to present our plans to the group numerous times, and they've been wonderful in helping us to overcome obstacles rather than building them. The Special Events Committee has also given us a few grants, one of which was used to purchase light pole banners that now decorate Fifth Avenue. The Moline Center has been fabulous to work with. They have really helped bring color and vibrancy to our section of Fifth Avenue. The Moline Police Department has been incredible to work with. They love coming down to Mercado. It's such a kid-friendly event, and they interact with all the children. The Moline Public Library has also been down to Mercado on 5th, helping to sign kids up for their summer reading programs. We hope to continue that relationship in the future. The Floreciente neighborhood has such incredible history. It's been through many cycles of immigrant communities, including the Hispanic community that makes up about 75% of the neighborhood today. The business community needs to be as diverse as our population. Not everyone likes the same things, or vibes with the same people, or trusts the same people. I value business diversity just on a basic level that everyone who wants to start a business should be able to. Mercado also offers low-cost vendor spaces and bilingual business support. So over the past few years, we've had dozens of people come to us seeking information on how to start their businesses. And we've been able to walk them through step by step and make the appropriate connections. The next chapter of Mercado on 5th involves expanding programming year-round and indoors with our new building. It's located at 421 12th Street in Moline, and we anticipate bringing all of our great outdoor programming inside year-round. All of our partnerships with the City of Moline have led to Mercado becoming a very safe and family-friendly space for people to visit.
Thank you, Maria. The work Maria and others are doing will lead to even more business growth in Moline. To sustain that growth, we will need a well-educated community from which to hire. Education is critical to our success, which is why we took dramatic action to provide broadband service to economically disadvantaged areas to make sure students could e-learn during the pandemic. Taking this action was an essential step in building an effective relationship between the City of Moline and the Moline Co-Valley School District. When they needed our partnership to provide education during the pandemic, we answered the call. We'll continue to pursue opportunities to enhance and expand our relationship. Also helping us answer the call was Dr. Dwight Ford, an incredible leader and champion of communities in need. Dr. Ford and the Project Now team were invaluable in helping us get COVID relief and educational resources to those who needed it most across the entire spectrum of our residents. With Project Now, we were able to provide resources including Chromebooks, laptops, and digital hotspots to 38 families in the Head Start program and to 32 of Moline's senior citizens. To speak about the great work Project Now is doing to shape Moline's bright future is Dr. Dwight Ford.
What excites me about the future of Moline is that we are essentially becoming. We have a welcomed understanding of possibilities, this idea of vision casting, and the city in partnership. I cannot say enough about what it means to be in partnership, that we are forming networks that actually work, that we are co-laborers in the spirit of collaboration, that we figure it out together. No one institution, regardless of its size or budget, can solve the challenges of an entire city. And the city of Moline has welcomed partners to the table, people that see it differently, willing to stay at the table. I would always argue this as a reality. The great feat in our work on the ground is not about simply coming together. It's about staying together long enough to get something meaningful accomplished for all. And I'm happy to be able to say that we've been at the table, they've been at the table, our partners have been at the table, and we've been able to do something together that we could never accomplish by ourselves. We didn't want poor children to fall behind simply because of their families' earning or financial status. We wanted to find a way that we could essentially cut across the field, find a workable solution, and that workable solution was getting families devices and also Wi-Fi connectivity, which we are appreciative of the city of Moline and the partnerships that were brought to the table to be able to accomplish such. And I will tell you, the feedback that we're getting, because we went into it with an open exchange. We said we did not only need children to be able to operate these devices because of our wraparound commitment to the family. We wanted devices that could connect to the web so they can communicate with teachers, so they could participate in policy council, so they could be still a volunteer. All these things were meaningful for us. And so when I get on once a month and have a chance to connect with parents, I know it's through our partnership, in part through the city of Moline. When the reality happened with COVID, we had to figure out how to keep seniors connected to families, connected to the agency, connected to support systems, and many of them did not have the devices. So once again, the city of Moline in partnership, we were able to construct a partnership that allowed those devices and some training and some exchange with seniors so that they are now able to stay in communication with family members, to stay in communication with us as an agency. And the world has just opened up. I can't imagine what some were facing when they thought that they could not be in communication with loved ones and relatives and friends when they were so used to coming together during our congregate meal sites, maybe their faith tradition. They had a regular meeting schedule, their committee meetings, and all the things that are meaningful to them. Now they're still engaged. And we know that when people are engaged, they're also using every emotive ability. Every part of their life is being engaged in different ways. This gives them a full life experience, even in a time where so much of life has been restricted. And we cannot say enough about the partnership that allows us to do so with our seasoned adults. Waldo Emerson said it this way: people see what they are prepared to see. I know we're doing the kind of work that prepares us to see far further and to see far more than we could have ever dreamed 2 years ago. And I'm so happy to be in partnership because we're seeing more. And once you see more, you can actually do more.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ford. Like the partnership we have with Project Now, there are many other things we are working on that don't always grab the headlines. These include improving the delivery of services, solving the red water issue, creating a 5-year budget with enhanced reporting to the residents, the recruitment of key staff, and the developing of a culture of customer service. The work continues in earnest for Moline's people. As we update our website, I would encourage you to regularly check in and see the work we are doing on your behalf. Serving as your mayor is an incredible honor. Every day I have the opportunity to speak with Moliners who are as proud of our community as I am. I never miss the chance to tell them the same thing I want to say now. Moline's best days are indeed ahead of us. We have laid the foundation for smart, intentional growth in category after category, benefiting everyone who lives, works, or visits Moline. Our state of the city is strong, vibrant, filled with opportunity, and I'm joyful for the days to come. Thank you. God bless you, your families, and our great city.